It's time for Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
A look at the weirdest stories from our weirdest state.
I want to thank everybody who sent this article to us when this news broke. So many of our viewers and listeners sent this story from Florida. And indeed, one can see why. A Florida man has removed from his nose 150 live bugs.
What?
Yeah. And this is the other part of it.
I can't.
He didn't even know they were there.
What?
Yeah.
Please tell me you're not going to play the video, because Kim tried to put this on our show and I killed it. The video is
Video and
nauseating.
pictures will not be included
Okay,
here. I don't
the
even
video
wanna
is
see it again.
nauseating. You will lose your lunch.
Well,
There's
Albert
some
handles
things
all.
you just can't unsee, you know?
He handles decisions on video and pictures. I will say that when I've mentioned that this is sent several times, when I've looked over the article, I have to spin past the picture. I cannot even look. But it took a few months, believe it or not, before Jacksonville doctors removed 150 live bugs in the larva stage from the nose and sinuses of a cancer survivor. The man had been feeling, quote, off, but it wasn't until his face and lips swelled that he sought help at the HCA Florida Memorial Hospital. I started getting nosebleeds. I started getting nosebleeds.
You didn't feel the things crawling around inside you?
They were eating him from the inside.
They're crawling around eating you. You don't feel that?
I'm so grossed out.
Reason that this place is fine.
Okay. I started getting nosebleeds, constant nosebleeds, he says. I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom without my nose starting to bleed.
Oh, God.
When I went for the examination at the hospital, the doctor says, I see movement. The doctor, who was Dr. Carlson, was also being aided by the Dr. Emil Schulthausen III, who was called in specially for this, examined the man's nose with a camera, discovering dozens of bugs feeding on the inside of the nose and sinus cavity and shedding tissue and excrement.
What?
Albert, what does excrement mean?
It's bug poopy.
I asked Albert.
Oh my God.
I asked Albert. I don't need the smartest people in the class answering every question.
See, Kim, that's why I didn't say anything.
I asked Albert.
Why are you yelling?
Yield to Albert.
It comes out the back, Mark. That's
All right. All right.
Albert, thank you.
You shouldn't S where you eat.
Dr. Carlson said that he saw all of this going on, shedding tissue and excrement. And that's what spurred the man's inflammation.
People in the chat are
Larger,
asking what kind
Mama
of bugs.
wants what kind of bugs they want to know. Yeah.
size-wise, there are variations, but the larger ones were as big as the end of a pinky, said the doctor. There were certain larvae inside the nose that were scurrying around and looking for places to feed.
No.
Others had burrowed into tissue.
Excuse
Carlson
me, are you eating
said-
this? Is this yours?
Carlson said his team tried to remove the bugs with a suction, but when that got clogged, they used different instruments to pluck them out. The news footage is graphic, and we will not burden you with it here. But the bugs were crawling inside the man's face. They were right up against his skull base, said the doctor. Right under the brain, said the doctor.
You can see why the video got to me. It takes a lot
They
to
had
get
gone
to me.
through to a point that could have killed him, the doctor said.
Oh, gross.
The question as to what kind of bugs they were is not one that I've forgotten, but it is one that I cannot answer with utter certitude at this point, or certainty, because of the fact that that entire crew pulled out of this man's nose has been sent to an epidemiologist for identification.
Yowza said, did the man never blow his nose? I mean, wouldn't you, first of all, wouldn't you feel something moving in your nose? And
Yes, I agree.
If you blew your nose, wouldn't you realize your tissue was moving?
I mean, I know we're not supposed to pick our nose, but I'd give that guy a pass.
Right. Well, the doctor said that in his lengthy career as an ear, nose, and throat specialist, he had not seen a case like this documented in the United States. It took this Florida man to provide him with an example.
We've never seen anything like this.
Katie might go back to the hair salon.
There's never been anything like this.
Yes. Nothing in our history.
There is nothing in our history
Thank
that
you,
quite
Jeff.
compares to this.
There was a 54-year-old female farmer from a rural area with this same condition, with open wounds and poor hygiene is what caused it there.
Yeah, he says in the video that he's going to be better about washing his hands because he spent a lot of time like around lakes and fishing and putting his hand in the mud.
Yeah. Well, it's we wish him well, and I'm glad that he's I got that, William. He's not a very bright guy.
What?
All right. Very well
John
done.
Watson wants to know how he got him inside his nose. Perhaps through injection.
Yeah, we're gonna have to just move on from this one.
I
Or
think
some other
that's
way.
right. Exactly.
Albert,
I
thank
think
you.
We've
Sounds like
spent a
you-
little too long here.
Yeah, thank you. We're running way behind, and if you guys have supplemental questions, you should Google it. Exactly. A Florida man chops off his paraplegic friend's feet with a hatchet.
Oh, that's better.
Are you kidding me?
What the hell kind of Florida is this?
Oh my
There's
God!
never been anything like
I
this.
Chop
love
off his
it.
nose
Wow.
despite his face.
This is in bizarre series of incidents with a man trying to cash in on an insurance policy by orchestrating this gruesome scheme, really, with farm equipment used to produce this accident to then claim money from an insurance company.
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
The investigation involved a man from Willow Springs who had supposedly lost his feet in a staged mishap with a brush hog. That's a rotary mower. You're seeing it there. Commonly attached to tractors. The severed feet were lost, remained elusive even to the responding medics and law enforcement officers. They couldn't find them. As the investigation unfolded, there was a sense that something was wrong. The man who is the severed the severed feet were real, but this was not an accident. So they found the severed feet, right, Albert? They ultimately produced the severed feet.
Yeah, it was all fabricated.
Right, but they're real. I mean, they were really severed feet. The man who is involved in this is a known paraplegic in his 60s. He had tourniquets on his legs,
That's not
raising
fake.
immediate questions about who had placed them there after the alleged incident.
It's not
in other
fake.
words,
That's
right.
real.
I mean, when the medics get there and you already have tourniquets on your legs. The man wasn't acting alone. Authorities discovered that a visitor from Florida had journeyed to this place with a hatchet, executing this elaborate plan that the guy came up with to commit insurance fraud.
A visitor from Florida. You just like, I'm going to bring my hatchet or my machete.
Yeah.
There's
What
a
is it today?
reason that this place is fun.
And so in the, in the way the plan was hatched, the guy's feet were chopped off and the cuts were unnaturally clean. So they kind of right away during the investigation realized, oh, this wasn't the result of this thing going bad. And it became clear that this was a staged incident to make an insurance claim.
That's a rookie mistake.
Now, rookie mistake, you don't have any feet now.
Yeah, you don't want to be Dexter in that situation.
What happened with the feet is that a relative eventually discovered them in a bucket.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And everybody lived happily ever after. All right, there you go. All right. A
Mark
Florida
Thompson
man.
story time.
A
Woohoo.
Florida man takes on a bizarre challenge of eating raw chicken every day.
No.
This
Every
is
story is going to make us puke today.
What's going on?
Oh my God!
This is no picnic, no summer camp.
John is not giving his last name. Has been filming himself eating slabs of raw chicken and chugging raw eggs for his 400,000 Instagram followers for more than a month now.
Is that not like asking for listeria?
Seems like it's asking for a lot of bad things.
Salmonella.
Eating raw chicken is strongly discouraged.
Yeah.
It can cause bloody diarrhea, fever,
Ew.
vomiting, stomach cramps, parasites, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Ask your
But they
doctor
are
if eating
doing
raw
it.
chicken is right for you.
This isn't the first time John has experimented with raw meat. In 2021, John said that he would sit outside Whole Foods and try different raw meats, including beef, kangaroo, and veal brain. This is all for his
Ew.
Instagram follower.
He knows where the Whole Foods
You do
are.
not know what you are talking about.
I really got into researching weird diets from around the world and got into many YouTube rabbit holes about how eating meat is actually really healthy and became obsessed. Well, if that's the story you're going with.
Quesadilla
Did you
says
really
it's the-
just do that?
Yeah.
It's the salmonella challenge.
Yeah.
You do not know what you are talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. Good luck to him. Meanwhile, a Florida man booted from a Hooters before he goes on a residential rampage. And then the homeowner and cops stop his rampage. He tried to break into this Florida home, dropped his mom's debit card on the driveway, which is never again, not a well thought through caper during the crime. And then ultimately he was arrested as he was trying to break into this Cape Coral home. There he is in a police photo that, I'll give it a 5 on a 10
Yeah.
scale. You know, not
so
glamorous, but not as
He
awful
could
as
pass
we've
for
seen.
he could pass for the cop, actually.
He absolutely
That's
could.
true.
Albert is precisely right. Hugh McAmenham, 44, arrested after he tried to break into that home in Cape Coral. He left a path of destruction in his wake, according to the cops. He had gone to a Hooters, refused to leave. He was disorderly, caused a ruckus, as they call it. And I'll ding ruckus. He targeted a local home all of a sudden for a break-in, and he knocked down portions of a 6-foot fence surrounding the property before he kicked in the front door. The homeowner was, anybody in Florida, he had something in his, homeowner had something in his hand. It would be a Florida, Texas, think
pipe?
about it. Gun, if you went gun, that's what we were looking for. Fired shots at the suspect. Arrested shortly after, charged with criminal mischief, property damage, burglary of an occupied structure, etc. He may not be going anywhere for a little while. Florida pair charged with murder after a sex-for-hire car theft plot went awry. Wow. Jessica Long and Michael Montgomery. They're arrested in connection to the killing of Wayne Barlow. Oh my God, Albert, this sounds awful, and really I'd like to read about it, but this won't open.
This Friday Fabulous Florida is storied and legendary. This
It
will go
is.
down in history as the one that stands out.
Anyway, these two are charged with murder after they had a sex-for-hire car theft plot that went bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, Jessica Long and Michael Montgomery. Back to a Florida guy taking a stolen Amazon van on a 20-mile joyride.
There's Florida.
That is why your package is late, everybody. Right there. He's behind bars now, but before they got him, he stole an Amazon delivery van from a driver in Ormond Beach, took it for a joyride. And he told deputies he was delivering a package on Creek Bluff Way. And there he is. As it turns out, he was not delivering packages.
What was he thinking?
The Amazon manager contacted deputies because he was able to track the vehicle, watch the surveillance footage from inside. You know, those Amazon trucks are all jacked up with that stuff.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of thinking going on there.
Yeah, the 35-year-old taken into custody. They got him at the Circle K, everybody. Yeah, you know it. Out there on State Route 40 and U.S. Route 17 in Pearson. You know where that is, John. So we have quite the group. And it's true, someone mentioned the only thing missing is an alligator and a Waffle House story. Well, for gator, it's not gator season. It's still winter. So that's what the gators
So they're not mating.
They're not mating, but then when they come out, there will be plenty of gators. I want to remind you of the stories you heard a bit of, and you, as do we, are charged with the responsibility of picking a favorite. We don't want to do it, but it is in the bylaws of the show. Florida man has 150 live bugs removed from his nose. Didn't even know they were there. Florida dude chops off his friend's feet with a hatchet in a macabre insurance scam. I'll ding macabre. The bizarre challenge of eating raw chicken every day is what another Florida man is doing. The dude booted from a Hooters before then trying to break into a residence where an armed homeowner confronted him. He was arrested. The sex-for-hire car theft plot that went bad. The Florida man who stole an Amazon van and took the cops on a 20-mile joyride. We don't want to pick a favorite, but we must, as I say, and I go to you, Kim. What do you think?
Kim, how are you?
Given that there's no gators this time around, I'm going with utter stupidity. And I feel the winner of the utter stupidity contest would be the foot chopper.
Wow, the foot chopper. Fine choice. I didn't, and in my mind, I predict, this is just because I like to do this kind of thing, like predict
Gamble.
what people, gamble, exactly. I wish that we could gamble on what people are going to pick. And I had not put Kim on that. So, Kim, bravo. Let's go to John Daly to hear what his favorite is as well.
I think I'm inspired. I'm inspired by the Amazon package chase. Yeah.
You like the 20-mile or 20, whatever it was?
Yeah.
How do you
like
think
the
they
marathon.
explain that? They're like, oh yeah, this guy went like AWOL and some ticket
Yeah,
on
it's like a
joyride.
Florida marathon.
Yeah.
I like that.
Albert, what's leading in the chat? There is a live vote going on right now.
Yes, the live vote. In the lead is 150 friends up Florida man's nose. Second is
Albert, thank you.
Chopper. Foot chopper, followed by Amazon Joyride, and then the raw chicken guy. I'm going with the raw chicken guy because I just want to see how it plays out. I want to see how many days he makes it, and
I
want
want
to.
to. Yeah.
We will have a follow up. This will be a Florida follow up, which has
Oh, good. All right. Well,
great
that's something to look
FU.
forward to.
I love an FFU.
We might have to bring Brett in case the Brett.
Oh,
Joyride
that's
doesn't
right. Yeah.
happen.
Brett, actually, Brett sent me a note just this week. I think there'll be a lot of retching in that guy's future, but I might be wrong. I don't know. Or diarrhea or something. Nothing good. I hate to go with the crowd, but I'm going to do it. I think the guy with 150 live bugs up his nose and he didn't even know it. I'm sorry. I think that's that's my favorite anyway.
I'm still nauseous from seeing the video yesterday. And I just blew past the warning. I didn't even look at the warning because nothing really phases me. I'm kind of dead inside. And I started watching that video and I felt ill for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not fake. That's real.
Exactly. That's why it's concerning. That's Friday Fabulous Florida for today.
This has been Friday Fabulous Florida.
There is a gigantic alligator in my kitchen.
Y'all come back now here.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.